next is Prabu. Prabu is on the team with Lim Tian, and he's going to present the maths that the statistics, okay, that they have put up for this judicial review.
Hi, hello, everyone. I'm Prabu. So some of you guys would know me. I time to time write online, and my Facebook page is Real Issues, and I wrote a book in a similar title as well. Okay, basically, I will go through, right, and this is, I'll tell you all where to find this information. On the Ministry of Health's website, there's something called COVID SITREP, or COVID Situation Report, but for short, they call it COVID SITREP. This data and all is not plucked out of the sky or does not originate from me. But however, we usually go through it to analyze. So, the government's mandates or the government's response to how they are treating the unvaccinated, or in fact, I would also take issue with how they deemed who is unvaccinated. There is no proper breakdown of vaccinated or unvaccinated. The terms that they use is non-fully vaccinated, fully vaccinated without booster, fully vaccinated with booster. Okay. We all know fully vaccinated is 2 shots of mRNA vaccines, or let's say Sinovac or Sinopharm, they say you need 3 shots to be deemed as fully vaccinated. This is also partly due to the flip-flop. Originally, they told us 2 shots, 2 jabs of Pfizer, Moderna, or Sinovac or Sinopharm, you are deemed as fully vaccinated. Then out of a sudden, you see there is a sudden flip-flop, sudden U-turn that they are telling. I think even Mr. Lim Tian, who took Sinovac vaccine, said that that his vaccination status would expire, and to maintain that you needed to take 3 shots. Okay, personally, I myself took Moderna. I took 2 shots, and I haven't taken my booster yet. But what I'm trying to get at is, if you randomly go to the MOH website and you pull, not just there is data available for the last 30 days, okay? So I'm not cherry picking or nitpicking 1 dates or 2 dates. If you see the number of hospitalized, the number of those who are in ICU, those who require oxygen supplementation, let's say I pull out when it was at the peak on 1st March, 2nd March, that time period, those that were hospitalized, right, there were those who are fully vaccinated with booster, 718. Those who are fully vaccinated without booster, only 484. How come there is more people who are fully vaccinated with booster, which is higher than fully vaccinated without booster? Okay, and this comes the interesting part. You would expect the people who are not vaccinated to be the most number of people who are hospitalized, but very, very strangely, only 240 people who are classified as non-fully vaccinated who are hospitalized. Compare that to, let's say, fully vaccinated with booster was 718 on the same day. Fully vaccinated without booster is 484. Non-fully vaccinated people, only 240 in a single day who are hospitalized. So by punishing people, telling that, hey, you can't, you need to be fully vaccinated, you need to maintain your vaccination status in order to go to a mall, in order to go to work, in order to, is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. The math doesn't add up. Okay, now the government can easily turn around and say, hey, I'm cherry picking 1 date. Okay, never mind, I go through another date. Let's say we go to, like, let's say the 13th of March, okay? 13th of March, same story, different numbers. There was about like 617 people who were hospitalized who were fully vaccinated with booster. Fully vaccinated without booster is 274 people. But on the same day, the non-fully vaccinated, the non-fully vaccinated was only 189 people, lesser than 200 people. So this is a different date. And hey, I'm not making up the numbers. So similar to what Iris went through with all the URL links and all, right? Go to MOH website. There is the statistics on COVID. It is called COVID Situation Report, or for short, the URL is called COVID SITREP. SITREP. So this is where you pull out the information, analyze it for yourself, you make your own decisions. Next I'll go to, this was the hospitalization status which I went through. Next I'll go through a random date, okay? Let's say I pull out 10th of March. 10th of March, I will go for those who require oxygen supplementation in general ward. Okay, on the 10th of March, those who are fully vaccinated with booster, 87 of people requires oxygen with supplementation in general ward. That means haven't go ICU yet lah, but need oxygen. And those who are fully vaccinated without booster, only 69. Okay, that means 2 shots. Fully vaccinated without booster, only 69. Non-fully fully vaccinated with booster, 87. Hey, anybody want to guess what is the number of non-fully vaccinated people who required oxygen supplementation in general ward on the same day? Only 31. So if you look at the numbers, the way how the government have been behaving with the with the unvaccinated by that is another story, is actually irrational and unproportional. And okay, this is where another thing. What is the number? This we do not have this number. The government did not tell us what is the number of people who are unvaccinated by choice, because they use the term non-fully vaccinated. You know who can non-fully vaccinated cover or not? People who had 1 shot of the jab and had adverse side effect, severe adverse side effect, or some sort of side effect, even though mild and minor, but did not want to go and get the 2nd shot, is considered as non-fully vaccinated. So there is no further breakdown of unvaccinated by choice and unable to be vaccinated because of side effect or fear or some sort. Imagine people are not anti-vaxxers, you know. They actually go and take the first shot, but after the first shot had rashes or severe side effect or some digestive problems, or you name it, blood allergies or whatsoever. You dare to take or not the 2nd shot, or you dare to take a 3rd shot or not? Of course not, right? So basically they do not provide further numbers, and of course I understand there's a court case going on, so can't speak about this. They said can't speak about this in full detail. The judgment will be out soon. And okay, I also want to look at, I also couldn't help but notice earlier before the rain, right, most of the placards and the signages were out, and all were people who had adverse side effect to Pfizer, right, most of the deaths and all caused. So I also feel, hey, I took Moderna, you know, yeah, but don't take my word for it, but personally I never had any side effect, you know, so thank goodness. But I would also mention that don't take me as an experiment and go and try your 2nd or 3rd shot or whatever, because I had 2 shots and I have not got COVID as well, because I've heard of people who got 2 shots of mRNA vaccine got COVID. 2 shots of 2 or 3 shots of non-mRNA vaccine got COVID. Hey, I also have a friend who is a doctor, because he's a medical, he was one of those in the first of the queue to get the virus because of his medical profession. This guy took 2 shots of Pfizer vaccine, followed by 2 shots of Sinopharm. That means 4 shots in total. And even he got COVID. He came down with COVID, but I basically have not got COVID. I also have another friend who got 3 shots of Moderna vaccine, or those people who got Pfizer, Moderna, or sort. They still got COVID at the end of the day. But personally, I have not got COVID despite me only having 2 shots. So I'm very skeptical on getting the 3rd shot. And from the data which is presented on MOH website, those that require hospitalization, those who are in ICU, and those who are in general ward without needing a general ward with oxygen supplementation but without ICU, the trend seems to be the same. The number of people who are vaccinated with booster seems to be higher, then followed by the people who are vaccinated but without booster, but the non-fully vaccinated seems to be the least. So as one of my best mentors who is seated here, Uncle Leong Ji Hian, will always say, let the numbers do the talking, and that's what I would end with. Anyone who is interested to find out, because in my book I wrote the government's handling of COVID. I dedicated about a chapter or so in my book with regards to how they are handled the COVID situation, or how badly or poorly. Feel free to approach me. I've got some copies of my book lah. Yeah. Alright, I leave you all to that. Thank you very much.